Hello, Accelerated Math 7-8 students. This is our last lesson of Module 11, and it is called Volume. Okay, last lesson of Module 11. So Module 11, Lesson 17 is called Volume. So here we go on our iPad with the notes. And let me get it into focus so that you can see it. And here we go. So volume. Today we will learn how to find the volume of a right prism by using the area of the base of the prism. Okay, so it's this actually is a pretty easy, fun lesson as long as you have an understanding of what some of these letters stand for. So I'm going to go over that for you. So the question I want you to be thinking about is, what can you do to a base that is not a rectangle or a triangle to find the area of the base? Okay, so we'll get to that. That's a challenge question. Okay, things to remember. Volume is the amount of space that is inside a three-dimensional figure. It is determined by taking the area of the base and multiplying it by the height of the figure. So basically, finding the volume of any three-dimensional figure means that you've got to figure out, okay, what is the base of the figure? Take that area. Once you find that area, then you multiply it by the height. Okay, so if we're looking over here, this right here is called a cylinder. And this cylinder has a base that's in the shape of a circle. So we know how to find the area of a circle. Okay, the area of a circle equals pi r squared. And so that's how we would find the area of the circle. And then once we know the area of the circle, we just have to multiply it by 10, because basically what that's saying is that you have 10 centimeters worth of those areas of circles stacked on top of each other, and that's how it gave you the height. Okay, so let's look at this formula right here. It says V for volume equals capital B times H. Well, the reason why we use the capital B is because the capital B tells you, I have to find the area of whatever the base is first and then multiply it by the height. So instead of using a little b, we now use a capital B whenever we're working with volume in three-dimensional figures. So the capital B reminds you that you must determine the area of the base first, and then you multiply it by the height. So again, with this specific problem, it says, what is the base? We talked about it. It is a circle. Find the area of the base. So again, we know that the area of a circle equals pi times radius squared. And so I'm going to know that the radius says 5. So I have the area of a circle equals pi times 5 squared, and 5 squared is 25. So now I'm going to take 25 and I'm going to multiply it by pi. And so if I just leave it in terms of pi, which is fine, sometimes the text says leave in terms of pi, so your answer for the area of the circle would be 25 pi. And so then the next step, once you find the area of the circle, especially if you're allowed to leave it in pi, is you're going to take 25 pi and then you're going to multiply it by the height. Well, the height of this figure is 10. So now I know that the volume for all of these guys is going to be 250 pi centimeters cubed. And the reason why it's centimeters cubed is because you're multiplying three things together. We're multiplying pi, we're multiplying radius squared, and then at the end we're multiplying it by 10. So there's three things that you're multiplying together. Okay, if it doesn't say that you can leave it into pi, then I would happily let you use a calculator. So you're going to take 25 times pi equals that number right there. Oops, you can't even see it, sorry. Okay, so notice that I typed in 25 times pi, and when I hit enter, I got 78.53981634. And then you take that number and you multiply it by 10, because that's the height. And now we know that the volume for this cylinder is 785 and 4/10, because we're going to round, centimeters cubed, or 250 pi centimeters cubed. Now I want to check something. Everybody keep that in your brain. 785.39, so I'm going to clear it, and now I'm going to try to do it with just the other numbers. So 250 times pi equals, and there you go, same number, 785.39. So we got the same answer. Okay, so you see how those two are the same. So you can either leave it in terms of pi, or you can multiply it all the way out, and you'll come up with the same answer. All right? The key to this one is volume. Again, volume is when you multiply three dimensions together. So the pi, the radius squared, and the 10 make up the cubed. And so all of your units of measure always have to be written in cubed. So going back over here, it says what is the volume of the cylinder? And the volume of the cylinder was 758.4 or 4/10 centimeters cubed. All right, not difficult at all, as long as you remember how to use formulas, and also that you remember that with volume you're multiplying three things together. So our goal for today we will learn how to find the volume of a right prism by using the area of base of the prism. So again, that base is so important. And then the question, what can you do to a base that is not a rectangle or a triangle to find the area of the base? Turn it into a rectangle or a triangle, because you know those. You know what shapes are added together to make it. The only one that you might have difficulty doing that is a circle, but you know what the circle formulas are, so that's helpful too. All right, my darlings, that's all I have for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.